Yeah, there's a anyway, that's it right there. That's the Berkshire modified to make a 686 turbine locomotive. The shell is partially a Berkshire and then PVC tubing. All this extra stuff is made out of Sintra, which is like a soft PVC. This is a piece of wood. The piping and everything that you see is from a computer transformer. I cut it apart, pulled the wire out of it because it's pretty stiff. This is all made by Sintra. This shape here is made out of a piece of vinyl, and then I used dots of crazy glue from holding on an X-Acto knife, and just put little dots all the way around to make the rivets or the bolts. The smokestacks are the yellow butt connectors she used for 8-gauge wire. I ground down pulled the insert out and used the plastic. You can see that. This is made out of Sintra. The lens I stole out of a cheap Tyco, or maybe a Lionel. This whole front is fabricated by PVC and Sintra, and you can see the little rivets of the bolts. Those are all done by dots of crazy glue. These stairs I made out of thin Lexan. Cut the sides, the steps, glued everything together. You have to sand the Lexan first before you glue it, or it will come apart. The cow catcher is Lexan, and this is a piece of Sintra I used. I dremelled it all out. Down in there are the compressors I stole from, they were for the front of the Berkshire. All this piping, that's all made by that computer wire. Same with the stairs, that's made from wire. I filled that back half of that window, then dremelled out a hole, and made the door. All that piping is the computer wire. This piece here, I don't even know what you call that. That is fabric. I used a CAD system, drew it out on a computer, and then let the plotter scratch cut the thin Lexan, and then you just snap it. The piping is a piece of solid, but not solid, but thick, very hard to bend wire with little bands of shrink wrap to simulate the joints in the pipes. This is made out of the same thing. That's a piece of actually a piece of wire. And you can see the piping going down to the compressor. I did the same as with the other side. The other side does look a little bit different though. It's set up differently. This section here is a piece of wood. These are resistors. They have to be painted gold. I cut them in half and glued them. So I made this entire thing is basically made out of junk. Unfortunately, the paint alligated. That's happened to me before. Either I put it on, it was too heavy of a coat, and I should have just waited for the color to dry and then cleared over it, but it cleared well. It was still tacky, and that happened. Whether I'm going to fix it or not, I don't know. I might just leave it alone. And this tender is my T1 tender. I haven't built the tender yet. I haven't even started it. But we'll run it. It runs pretty good. Very quiet. Very fast. It's actually too fast. It will derail if I try to go through the corners full throttle. actually got the motor has I put a flywheel on it. It changed the way the motor sounded. I actually kind of like it. It's got a little bit of a whir to it for some reason. It runs pretty good at full speed. I mean at low speed. Does need a little bit of tweaking. Now on the side of the headlight, you'll see white light traveling through there right there. That's where the number boards are going to be. I put pods right here for the marker lights, or the whatever they call them, road lights. Those are going to be on there, and the Pennsylvania Railroad logo is going to be on the front. And I believe this is going to be, this train is 8600, I think, was the number. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. But that's pretty much it. I've already tested it as far as pulling cars. It'll pull well over 20 cars unless you're trying to go up that hill. I can add more weight, but then it makes the train top heavy. So I don't know. The prototype, the only locomotive, one of these that they made, top speed was 110 miles an hour. I don't know what this thing goes, what that scale miles would be, but it screws. Very quiet. It's got a cheap 3-pole, not even skew wound motor in it. Runs less than 1/4 of an amp if you're not pulling anything. We can yeah, I still have to build the tender for it. But anyway, I worked on it the last 2 days. I started building the shell a couple days ago, and then I just had too much stuff to do, so I stopped, and then I started doing it again yesterday and today. I figured the holiday weekend, happy Labor Day, anyway, everyone. I figured it'd be a good time to finish this up. I'm gonna stop this right here, and we'll zoom in on it, and you'll be able to see the detail on the side of this thing. Now I made that using the photographs that I got off the internet. I just downloaded them into my phone. Now you can see the almost looks like a coil of tubing right above the front driver wheel. That is that heavy wire. The tubing that goes from that I don't know what it is, gearbox that's mounted right in the center of the driving wheels. That was made from Lexan. And the tubing that was going there is, like I said, the heavy wire with, I used some shrink wrap to simulate the joints in the pipes. My body work isn't that great, but it's not a showpiece, so I'm really not that concerned. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. So far so good. I could have spent a little bit more time doing the body work. It was a lot worse. I cleaned it up a little bit. I just I didn't want to spend 4 days doing it. I'll do here is I'll come around and we can see the other side a little bit better. See all that? All that is crap. Made out of wire and plastic and whatever I could find. I think it looks pretty damn good. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and we're just going to run a couple laps before I sign out. Anyway, happy Labor Day. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Have a great holiday. Thank you.